What's up, everybody? We have here a little series that I'm going to do where I interview tracks and riders and stuff from the New Jersey motocross scene. So we're starting here with Kyle from Field of Dreams, motocross down in Millville, New Jersey. So let me give him a call here. Hopefully he answers. So he doesn't have Skype or anything on his computer. We're just trying to do from my phone.
Good morning, Clint.
Good morning, Kyle. How are you?
Hey, not bad. How about yourself?
Pretty good. I actually already did like a little intro and then called you, so it's not live or anything, but I'm recording.
Oh, excellent. Cool.
So like I was saying in my intro, just that I'm doing a small series of podcasts, just kind of focusing on motocross in New Jersey,
Oh, cool.
because there's not very much of an outlet that I've seen, and there's still, which we only have two tracks, but there's still two really good tracks. I haven't actually been to yours, but from all the pictures I'm looking at, it looks pretty sick.
Oh, yeah. Well, we definitely work hard at making our track amazing for the riders. Um, Motocross is our primary focus. We don't really have any other venue or anything like that at our track. We focus on the tracks. We have some trails, but that's about it. So we put our heart and soul into making that track perfect for the riders.
Excellent. And now you guys were just blessed with really good dirt down there, or does it take a lot of prep? I mean, obviously it takes a lot of prep, but do you guys add anything to your soil, or is that just how the dirt is?
It's my understanding that they definitely add like mulch to it, and that helps a lot. I want to say that the tracks are primarily made out of like dirt and clay. There's some sand. So I definitely know that when they built the tracks, they brought in some dirt, and I know that they'll add like mulch from here and there, and that kind of helps out a little bit as well. But they do really focus on grooming tracks and making sure that everything looks pretty good.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I think the loose dirt that you can get into and make some lines is, I know it's my favorite. I would rather have that than a hard packed track any day. But with that, of course, comes a lot of maintenance, ripping it, and everything else to keep it that way.
Absolutely. They whenever we have any sort of open practice or race event or anything like that, the grooming team will usually a few days out, maybe like a day or two out, they'll start kind of prepping the track then. And they always do hours of track prep, either the day, like the night before, and even in the morning of any sort of practice event or race event or anything like that. So they really take a long time perfecting that track each time we open up for riding.
Yeah, I mean, I know personally just from racing for years that if you don't, if it's going to be dry, if you don't disc it deep and water the hell out of it, you're going to be in trouble halfway through the day and just have dust.
Absolutely. And the owner is very aware of watering, and we have a watering system that's excellent for keeping it moist. We always make sure it's watered. I'm stuttering a little bit here, so let me try to rephrase that part of what I was trying to say here. We at our track, unfortunately, we don't have a huge amount of tree cover in the center of the track. So often we will occasionally run into situations where it'll get a little dried out. But we're very aware of keeping it watered and keeping it moist. I know they have a very technical system that they use to water the track in the evenings and in the morning. Frequently we'll have to go out there, between practice sessions to water up, touch up some of the jumps like that once they get a little dusty. So we're always very aware of how dusty it is, how moist it should be. I know the owner is very big on watering. How often in the morning, actually overwater a little bit. That's a strategy he'll use. He'll overwater the track a little bit in the morning, so maybe like the first few motos are slightly on the muddy side. But it'll turn around and become like perfect throughout the rest of the day.
Yeah, you have to do that. People
Yeah.
get mad in the mornings because, like you said, it's a little bit of slop.
Mhm.
But if you don't do that, because I raced for a long time and I'd seen tracks that, just like you said, in the morning, you're like, oh man, they watered it so bad and it's muddy. And then by 3/4 of the way through the day, you're like, okay, it's time to lay down some more water because we're starting to get some dust.
Absolutely.
So now, how long has that track been open, and how long have you guys been doing races?
We're coming into year 5 now, and they started doing races their first year. I know they had their own kind of a race they called a turkey scramble. That's a race we do in November where we combine our huge national track with like our trails wood section and a little enduro cross obstacle section as well. And it's an enduro style race, and it's a really cool race. And I know they did that starting out in their first year, and I know that in each year after that, we've had AMA races, we've had races with ARMA and ACR, the vintage bike organizations. We've had races with MAMA, which is another AMA race. They're the Mid-Atlantic Motocross Association.
Right, they run like Budds Creek and Maryland and stuff.
Yeah. So we've in the beginning we did AMA races for District 6 and District 34, and this year we're doing AMA races for District 2 and District 6.
Yeah, District 2, I read about that. That's just something they just brought back out because I had never even heard about it until this year. We were always District 6.
Yeah. So District 2 is something that's kind of revived this year, and it's mostly going to be on our track and Raceway Park in Englishtown, Old Bridge, New Jersey. And that's something that we're bringing back this year, and we're very excited about it. It's kind of renewed, and we're really excited about it.
Awesome. And I know that you guys organize or run the Thunder on the Sand. That's what it's called, correct?
So we are going to be doing the Wildwood race this year. Now, it's not going to be called Thunder in the Sand. That was what the old event was called. We're going to call it something different. But we are going to be doing the MX race on the beach of Wildwood, New Jersey, and we're really excited about that. We've been getting a lot of calls and emails about that event. We're very excited. It's something that racers all across the East Coast used to love because I guess it was the only beach race on the East Coast. And I guess it stopped probably around 2012.
How long had they been doing? I don't think they had done it for that long even, because I stopped racing in like 2001 and I had never even heard of it. So it had to have been after that.
Yeah, I was reading something about people racing on it in 99.
Really?
Actually. Yeah. But I guess it ended around 2012. And so it's been a few years since they've had any event like that. So definitely the local riders have been really itching to get back into doing something like that again. And we're very happy to bring it back.
So, under the assumption that somebody else, there was another promoter or something that was doing that, and then they left it alone, and then you guys were able to pick it up and make it happen?
Yeah, it looks like the old organization was Thunder Motorsports. I think that was the old organization that used to do it. But I guess they parted ways with Wildwood or whatever. And then last year, we started talking to Wildwood about doing it for this year. And so they've talked. We're getting it going, and it's going to be a really cool event.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And when is that event going to take place?
That's going to be September 13th through the 16th in Wildwood, New Jersey, of course.
Excellent. And it's, like you said, right on the beach. I know I've seen pictures. There's, what is the boardwalk right there?
Yeah, so it's going to be in between. Wildwood has these piers that they have like little kind of theme parks for like rides and stuff like that. And all the racing is going to take place in between those piers. So the boardwalk is right behind the track, and you keep going. There's the beach. You get to see the beach from the track, and then of course they're going to build the track right on the sand, where you can watch it from the boardwalk. There's going to be bleachers and stuff like that, so you can watch it on the beach. So yeah, that's where it's going to be.
Awesome. And besides that, you guys have a full series of races at your track there in Millville.
Yes. At the track at Millville is obviously where the majority of our races are held. They're going to be the District 6, and this year the new District 2 races are going to be held at that track as well. We're also going to be doing a race with the organization ACR. That's a vintage bike race. We're going to be having a vintage bike festival weekend on Memorial Day weekend for those kind of riders.
Awesome.
And we're really excited about that. And in November, we're going to be doing an AMA hair scramble race, which we're really excited about. And of course, we're going to do our turkey scramble race, which is going to be a traditional MX race on our track on Saturday. Sunday will be that tri-cross race I described, where you race on the track. You do the woods and the enduro section. So a lot of really cool events coming to our track this year. I'm really excited about it.
Awesome. Well, I think we got a lot of at least good information about the Wildwood race coming back that we can put out. Like you and I had spoke before, I'm going to try to make it down there with probably Mark Jordan and some cameras, and we'll actually, go around the facility and ride the track, and then just give everybody some feedback for people like myself, who haven't been there. People don't want to drive sometimes if they're unsure of how the track is going to be. But like I said, as far as the pictures, it looks sick, so I expect it to be pretty sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, we always do focus extremely hard on the grooming. They always water it very, heavily. They take hours and hours to groom it, so they definitely take their time and effort to perfect the track for each day. I mean, not even just for like the races. I'm talking about the practice days. They make every day perfect for the riders because of exactly what you're saying. There are riders who travel hours away. We'll get riders from upstate New York, Connecticut, Virginia, and when they come here, they don't want to get just the B grade, C grade track. They want to get the A.
Yeah.
They want to get the the prime track. So
happen to show up on the day that it's foot deep ruts and rock hard braking bumps from a week ago. Be mad about it.
Right. We don't do that, and then because the riders deserve better. They don't deserve to get the scraps of a race event or something like that.
Right. Exactly.
The only thing that would ever, and this is just for you, if you were going to plan, do watch the weather before you head down. That's going to affect any track.
Right.
God forbid you take your trip from Texas to get here, and it's monsoon season in New Jersey or wherever. That would be a pretty big damper on your plans. But outside that, they always take their time and effort to make sure the track is made.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your time. Is there anything else you want to plug? Obviously we went over the events.
Yeah, I'll give you the social media plugs. If you guys want to find us on the web, you can always find us on our website. We have all of our updated events and training classes and practice dates and all that jazz on our website. That's going to be njmpfod.com. That would be the initials of New Jersey Motorsports Park Field of Dreams. You can find us on Facebook. That's NJMP Field of Dreams in Facebook. On Instagram, it would be NJ Field of Dreams. You can find us at NJ Field of Dreams. And Twitter would be NJMPFOD.
Man, I'm going to have to look all those up and put them in the description.
Excellent.
Yeah, well, thank you for your time, and I'm going to stop the podcast here.